right, welcome, guys. This is Breakfast with the Brand. I am your host, Junior Frederick, and you are now tuned in to the number one podcast in the world for entrepreneurs and leaders who want to go from bland to industry leading brand. If you are tuning in live, I want you to do two things. Number one, put some flames in the chat. Number two, let us know where you're listening in from. We have an absolutely phenomenal show for you today. And guys, if you do have questions, let me remind you, please put those questions and comments in the chat. All right, so phenomenal morning, Shaan. How you doing? How's New York?
Oh man, absolutely phenomenal. No complaints at all whatsoever. Not at all. Listen, leaders, listen. Good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. If you can hear, like if you're under the sound of my voice right now, you are in a phenomenal position. Phenomenal position.
Yes,
Send a
sir.
shout out real quick to my our phenomenal guest last week, right? He actually puts the gloves on tonight, right? So yeah, Jerry Forrest, the slugger, he's going to be doing some slugging tonight in Vegas. So send some love out to him, guys. Listen, we have a phenomenal action-packed session for you today.
Yes, sir. Quick question. Where can people go to view that match, that boxing match?
It's
The slugger.
streaming. It's streaming in the same place where they do the what is it called? The versus battle. So it's right there, the same place. You got to check it out through that streaming app in that situation. For everybody, it's a little bit different depending on where you're tuning in from.
Okay, very good, guys.
If
So
you ever
definitely,
saw a versus battle, go right
yeah.
there. You'll see the fight tonight.
All right, that sounds very good. Okay, so yeah, we definitely want to send a quick shout out to the slugger, guys. Check it out. Check it out. The brand is definitely expanding, moving in all sorts of directions. So you definitely want to make sure that you don't miss anything because trust me, if you miss a week here, then you miss like a year somewhere else. Trust me.
That's
Ask
right.
me how I know.
That's right. Time
Yeah,
travel. We
that's right.
collapse
It's
time.
definitely. But before we jump into the content, Sean, I want to send a quick shout out. I see we have some people in the chat here. I see Coach B. So
Good
if I
morning.
Mr. B, if possible, let's bring up some of these comments. You know, let's get Coach B up top. So let's see. We have Tasha Johnson. Shout out. Okay, there we go. Coach B. Good morning, coaches, leaders, and speakers. Phenomenal morning to you, Coach B. Put it in the chat. Where are you listening in from? Okay, Jackie Gilchrist. Phenomenal morning. Flames in the chat. There we go. Let's see who else. Tasha Johnson, the powerhouse Johnson. Good
Good
morning. Good
morning.
morning. Who else we have here? Let's see. Okay, so that's Ty. So Ty Jackson.
Phenomenal morning.
Phenomenal
Phenomenal
morning.
morning.
Who else we have? Let's see. Let's keep going. Kimberly Lewis. Phenomenal morning.
Phenomenal morning. Yes, yes.
So many people. Jackie Thompson. Phenomenal morning, Jackie.
Phenomenal morning. Okay.
Okay. Tracy Harris. Phenomenal morning.
That's right. That's right.
I see we have Jasmine as well. Phenomenal morning, Jasmine.
Phenomenal morning.
All right. So Sean, we will it seems like we'll be doing this all morning. Guys,
Charmaine, good morning.
there you go,
Phenomenal
Charmaine.
morning.
All right.
Congratulations to I think everybody that spoke, almost every single person is actually a certified speaker as of
True.
right now.
I believe so,
Yeah.
yes. That's
Yeah.
right.
Speaking like a leader, phenomenal. And congratulations again to everybody that survived that course and was able to actually get through it. Whew. It's a marathon. It's a marathon over here and an obstacle course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Sean, let's talk a little bit about that for the people listening. I know we have people on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, some on Facebook, some on YouTube. So for the people who have no idea what you're talking about when you say speaking like a leader, what is speaking like a leader? What is that?
It's the most highly professional developed course for professionals who truly want to be heard and get their point across authentically, professionally, and effectively. Everything is strategic communication, guys. Everything is effective communication. And I can't really put it much better. Jackie Thompson said something about the course and about the results from the course that sums it up. You know, it's really like you can have an idea of it as the leader, the person that puts it together. You can have an idea of it, but your the effectiveness of it is really seen through the lens of the people who take the course, right? So she said that if she had access to the course multiple years ago, she would have been able to be so much more effective in all of her areas in life, in business, and in professional settings. But really, she said something that drove it home for me, and that was being able to effectively use her personal story to drive change in organizations and drive results in her personal and professional life. And that's better than I probably could have ever summed it up.
Yes, that is absolutely amazing. So I want to send a quick shout out to Jackie.
Yeah,
Looking
thank you. That
forward
was
to hearing about your success stories, Jackie, as you begin to move into these organizations. And I know Jackie will come back and let us know what happened.
oh
All
yeah,
right,
definitely.
definitely. All right, guys. So Sean, we're due for a break actually right now. Is there
Mm.
anything you want to say before we go to that break?
Yeah, if you can't speak, you can't eat. And if you can't market, you can't hit a target. We're going to be talking about marketing today. Let's grow.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is Breakfast with the Brand, the number one podcast in the world for entrepreneurs and leaders who want to go from bland to industry leading brand. All
Oh,
right.
just one moment. Shout out to Mr. B on the breaks.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. B on the breaks. You know, in hip hop, right? You always enjoyed the song, you always enjoyed the show. You might have seen the rapper, the dancers, but you never really shouted out the DJ. Like the DJ was the most unheard, the professional behind the scenes, right? So I just wanted to acknowledge Mr. B real quick. If you guys enjoyed the breaks, the commercials, the music, that's Mr. B all day. So good looking, Mr. B. Thank you very much. Send a shout out to the
Yeah.
DJ guys. Show the DJ some love.
Put some
Show the
flames in the
producer some
chat
love. Yes,
for
yes,
Mr.
yes,
B.
yes.
Put some
Let's
flames in
go.
the chat for Mr. B. Let's grow.
Okay.
All right. So I see we have some new people on board. Daisy, phenomenal morning. Amal,
Phenomenal
good morning.
morning.
I think that's Kiana. Kiana, good morning to you. All right. So Shan, today we're talking about one of my absolute favorite subjects, marketing. I love marketing. Um, it's to me, it's fun. I find it very fun. I find it very interesting. Um, but before we dive into this, and this topic could go so deep, Let us start by defining the topic. I like to start by defining the subject of discussion. So, really and truly, what is marketing? Like a very basic, fundamental question. Because most people think they know marketing, but they may not know what it is. They may think they know what it is.
Okay, so marketing, and I'm not going to give you the classical definition. Number one, I don't have it pulled up on my phone. You can go pull up the classical definition of marketing. But marketing is how you amplify brand awareness in the marketplace. It's how you introduce and sell and promote products, materials, services to an audience.
Okay, guys, write that down. So it's how you promote your stuff, basically, your
That's it.
offering
That's
to the
it.
audience.
That's it. I just did a reel, right? I just did a reel on Facebook. So shout out to Facebook too. Like for real, shout out to Facebook. They sent me some notification that I would be able to monetize through reels. Hey, hey guys, listen. I tell you guys all the time, go live, go live, go live, market, market, market. Hit the reels up, do your reels, promote your business, let people know that you exist. Stop being the best kept secret, right? So they just showed us love for what we've been doing. So listen, get busy. You can never market enough. You can never market enough. You can never be busy enough. What was the question, Junior?
You
Did you ask me
define
a
the
question?
question.
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
ask. I didn't ask your question. I didn't ask your. Hold on. It's all right. I didn't ask your question yet.
Okay.
I didn't ask your question yet. I could ask so many questions there, but I'm thinking about the most potent, the most relevant questions, and the simple ones because sometimes a lot of people think they are masters of certain things, but one thing I've learned is
The
to be
gurus.
to be exactly to be a master of something, you have to be a master of the basics. That's something that I've learned. So basic things like what is marketing, what is advertising, what is the difference, what's the difference between advertising and marketing. Um, my question to you would be, based on your observation, what are some, if you could name between 1 to 3 key mistakes that most people make when marketing, like what would that be? What would that look like?
Number one, write this down, guys. Extreme pin moment. They believe that if they build it, they will come. Have you ever heard that? If you build it, they will come. Put it in the chat if you ever heard that. If you build it, they will come. I
Number
promise you.
one.
I promise you, they won't come. They won't come. So that's the number one mistake. The number one mistake is that you think you don't have to market
Mm.
because you're all of that and a bag of Pringles, right? You don't have to market. You don't have to put yourself out there. You just have good stuff. Number two, if I'm the best at what I do, I'll be successful. Number two, which could be number one, each of these is number one. So number 1A is if you believe you build it, they will come. Number 1B is that if you're the best at what you do, then you'll just be successful.
All right. Hold on. Hold on. Let's talk about that. Let's dive into that. Guys, put some flames in the chat if you're enjoying the discussion so far. I'm about to go a little bit into that because I understand what Shan is saying, but I want to make sure that everybody understands what he's saying. Okay, so let's talk about that. If you're the best at something,
Yeah.
then it's going to work. I want to consider the in fact, let me ask the group a question. How many of you know that you could make a better pizza than Domino's? Put a number one in the chat. Put a number one if you could make a better pizza than Domino's. Put a number one in the chat. If you could make a better burger than McDonald's, put a number two in the chat.
Boom, boom. Somebody's letting know. Shots fired.
Man, let me tell you, I'm not saying I'm like Chef Boyardee or nothing, but if I go in the kitchen, Shan, I could put together a pizza, put together a burger a lot better than McDonald's. Just slap together a few things. Even KFC has burgers now. When you open it, it's just a piece of chicken and some mayonnaise. So I believe everybody here could make a burger and a pizza better than these two companies. All right. So for my people who put the number one, why? So that begs the question. Obviously, they're not the best at their product, right? Why are they bigger than a lot of other companies who have better pizzas, but they're not making as much money for whatever reason? And I know why. I'm just saying. So why is it that these companies have been able to basically eclipse the market?
Hmm.
Maybe not Domino's so much, right? You'll have like Pizza Hut and all sorts of stuff, but McDonald's, to me, when you say a hamburger or you say a burger, top of mind awareness is McDonald's, right? So that begs the question: why is it that these companies have been able to eclipse the market in their space, even if they don't have the best product? So I'll leave that question to you, Shan.
The ability to marketing efficiency, the best marketers. That's it, guys. The best marketers. How many of you know people who are not as good as you are at what you do, but are making millions of dollars? Real simple. Marketing. So you got the burger joint. For us, it used to be Mrs. B's. Mrs. Ruth. That's what it was. Mrs. Ruth. Oh man, I grew up on 145th between 7th and Lenox. And if anybody's from Harlem who knows my era, listen, listen. Mrs. Ruth. Ah, bruh, that was the spot. For real, for real. Like that was the spot when it came to good, good food. Miss Ruth was from down south. And I swear, it's like she brought spices from down south up north because nobody could cook like Miss Ruth. Nobody. My mother, nobody could cook like Miss Ruth. I
Wow.
would be in Miss Ruth in the morning. I promise you, one of her corn muffins.
Mm.
One of her corn muffins. Oh man, the scrambled eggs and corned beef hash. Like the way she cooked, whatever she put, foot, toenails, all of it in the food. I promise you. But
Wow.
she was the best kept secret.
Mm.
I promise you, like there could have been Miss Roofs everywhere because of how good she cooked. Her food was phenomenal. However, she only had one spot and never grew.
Mm.
The only people that knew about it was the people in a 10 block radius, maybe a 20 block radius. And that was because of the power of marketing. So you can be the best at what you do and not have any clients because you don't know how to market.
Very true. Very true. Guys, if you're getting value from this, I want you to put some flames in the chat. I'm about to go even deeper. The rabbit hole goes so deep. So let's consider what Sean just said, and make sure to put those flames, right. Also, hit the before you do that. In addition to that, hit the like button, please. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, hit the like button. Also, hit the share button. Share
That's
this with
the
a couple
most
friends.
important button. That's the most
Yeah,
important button. Hit the share button because I promise you, this topic here is why some people succeed and most people fail.
yeah,
This
and you
topic here,
wanna do it live. I think if they share it when it's live, the people will be able to view it while it's live. So share it immediately right now.
share it with your people. Share this with your people. You're going to be doing them tons of favors, tons of
Yeah.
blessings on this one.
Yes, so let's go a little bit deeper into that. So we've established that the person that has the best product may not necessarily make the most money. So for me, when I listen to that, what that says to me is, okay, if we're not marketing pizza, what are we marketing? Now let me put some context. Let me wrap that around in some context. When you look at Domino's and the rise of Domino's, right? Domino's had a phrase, a hook. All right, we call it a hook. Guys, and let me know if you remember this, right? Everybody here should remember this.
catch,
When
catch
Domino,
the, catch the click. He said a
yeah,
hook.
a hook. All right, a hook. So the hook is hot, fresh pizza delivered in 40 minutes or less. Let's talk about that. But before we go into that, guys, put some flames because I'm about to give you like $10,000 worth.
A
Of
hundred. Put a zero behind that.
the zero behind of
Put
just
a
like
zero
if you
behind that.
master this, you could make $1 million if you master what I'm about to say. Or what I'm not notice I'm not telling you, I'm bringing it out. I'm not gonna tell you. I'll let you figure it out for yourself.
Yep.
So hot fresh pizza delivered in 40 minutes or less. Now I want to ask the crowd a question. Number one, if you remember seeing this phrase, put a number one in the chat. If you remember seeing this, hot fresh pizza delivered in 40 minutes or less, put a number one right now. Let's see how many people actually remember this. Hot fresh pizza delivered in 40 minutes or less. I see flames in the chat coming up. Let's see if anybody remembers this. Everybody should know this. This was on TV, right, Chan? Everywhere. So to
Everywhere.
me, so I
Everywhere.
want
On buses.
buses, right?
On buses, on trains. If they could have put it on a plane, they would have.
I'm sure. Let's see. I don't see any ones. Let's see. Maybe nobody remembers it, or maybe the ones are just a little bit late.
That's all. That's all. Go ahead. It's funny
Okay.
because what's happening with the
Oh, there
ones,
we go. There we go.
yeah.
It's coming
Uh-huh.
in. All
What's
right. It's a
happening with
little
the
late.
ones and what was actually being sold is there's an intersection. There's an intersection. So ask, and I'm real interested to hear or to see what people's thoughts are, if they
Right.
understand it or not. Why don't you go ahead and elaborate?
Okay. Yeah. So hot, fresh pizza delivered in 40 minutes or less. What you are looking at is a hook. It is what we call a unique selling preposition, a USP.
Write that down, guys.
It's a unique selling preposition. So Domino's, they were not selling pizza. Write this down. They were selling time. let me let me
I
say that
would
one more
say
time.
I would also say I think they sold speed and efficiency.
Yeah, well, yeah, time. Speed
Uh-huh.
efficiency equals time.
Speed and efficiency. They didn't sell pizza. Wasn't the best product at all. However, you didn't have to do anything.
Exactly.
And it would be there fast. You know, sometimes you think of doing things at the last moment. I don't know why people do that, but people do things at the last moment. They're at the moment they realize they're hungry, they're actually starving. Like, oh, I'm starving. Oh.
And you know what it is, Sean? Let's go even deeper. Like this can go so deep. Let me tell you. This is what you always talk about. Spatial integration. Let me explain why and how. I'll use the example of another food place, Subway. Everybody knows about Subway and the story of, I think his name was like Jared or something like that. The guy who they had this big campaign. They've shut it down, but there was this campaign where this guy he lost a lot of weight eating Subway. Remember that?
Say it one more time.
It was Jared. His name was Jared, something like that. But he basically showed how he was overweight and he lost some of that weight while eating Subway.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I remember that.
Right. So that's a form of spatial integration because that is that company crossing over into a different market. Now, so at that point, when Domino's made that their unique selling proposition, they were no longer in the pizza business.
Nope.
They were now in the fast food business. Write that down.
Write that down. Fast food.
They were in the fast food business. So I want you to imagine a time where you had to wait maybe 2 hours to get a pizza, 3 hours to get a pizza. But by them, now people love pizza. People want pizza fast. People want pizza fast. But the problem was it take too long. So it's almost like if like imagine if you could take your mom's cooking, Shan, and get that in like walk into the door, order it and just get it and just walk out the door like in 5 minutes. That's exactly what it is. It's them entering into the fast food business, and that's a form of, to me, spatial integration, taking the best practices of the fast food industry, integrating it with the pizza industry, and combining it to create something completely different, so to speak. And the marketing message, right? The marketing message was hot, fresh pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less
Didn't
time.
they offer all your money back?
That I'm not 100% sure about.
Okay. The thing was, guys, that they guaranteed it would be there in 30 minutes. Now, that's
Yes.
huge when you're watching the Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's huge when you're watching the playoffs. That's huge at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and you're hungry. You don't have to get dressed. You don't have to go to the car. You don't have to drive. You don't have to wait online. It's speed and efficiency. It's also quality of life. It's also quality of life. Yes, they did. Tasha said they did. They offered money or your money back. It was guaranteed in 30 minutes or less. And people watched, they watched their watch and was like, I can't wait to try to get the money back. It never happened because of speed and efficiency. System and standard. System and standard. I wrote something, I put something up when I put something about the Super Bowl commercials. The Super Bowl commercials and how people didn't get paid from the Super Bowl commercials. They invested $7 million to be on the Super Bowl, but they did not take a dollar out of the Super Bowl. That's marketing. That's marketing, being at the right place at the right time. Omnipresence, always being present in your ideal client's vision. Not just being there when they think about you or need you, but always being present. This is why I talked about the New York City buses having pictures of Domino's Pizza as they drive by, Little Caesars Pizza as they drive by. You're not even thinking about pizza, but you're in your car waiting for the red light and you see the bus and, now you've got an idea. Now you've got an idea. Put it in the chat if you ever had your mind focused by a commercial. Something you wasn't thinking about at all. At all. And then all of a sudden it caught your attention and now it's a craving. Come on. We're talking about marketing. We're talking about business. We're talking about billions and trillions of dollars.
Yes, we are. Now, let's go a little bit more into that. Guys, by the way, put some flames if you're enjoying this conversation tonight, this morning, right? Let's go into that. You just said something there that's very powerful. Them, always being in the face of your customer. We call that top of consciousness marketing. Top of consciousness marketing. So my question would be, what is the difference, or is there a difference between branding and marketing, or is brand awareness a byproduct of marketing?
I had to take some water for that one. Okay, so branding is the what, marketing is the how. Write it down. Branding is the what, marketing is the how. The way we teach it, branding is the who. Personal branding, branding is the who. Marketing is the how. If we're talking about a product like Coca-Cola, then branding is the what. Marketing is the how. It's the how you become aware of its presence. I'm going to say this a couple times during this session, and I want you to write it down every time I say it. Stop being the best kept secret. Stop being the best kept secret. Pepsi Cola has a phenomenal run. They have a segue. They have a complete lockdown on the soda market, on the soft drink market. It's locked, uncontested, based on marketing, based on the marketing, not based on being the best, based on the marketing. Not saying they're not the best. That's up to everybody's personal interpretation, though. But regardless to your personal opinion, it doesn't make your opinion doesn't make a difference. That's the funniest thing when it comes to marketing. Your opinion is notwithstanding. The facts are what the facts are. The company with the biggest, I don't want to say the biggest budget, the company with the biggest heart wins. Because you have to be able to consistently market your product, and a lot of people are unable to do that. The marketing is how you get it into other people's awareness. You build the brand awareness through the marketing. The marketing is the vehicle through which the brand is able to move throughout the marketplace.
All right, so let's talk about that a little bit. Guys, let me know first and foremost if you're following this conversation. Put a number 2. Put a number 2 in the chat if you're following the conversation. Right? So let's let us know. I don't want to lose anybody as we're diving more and more into this, right? Yeah. So let's talk about
Oh,
that
hold
shit.
on, hold on. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry. I'm sorry. I got to clarify one thing before anybody
Okay.
gets thrown off. Brand. Brand is a noun. Branding is a verb. Brand is a noun. Branding is a verb. Should I elaborate on that?
I don't see why not.
Okay. We are the brand. We are the brand. You hear me refer to it all the time. Shaan Rais and the brand, the man and the brand or the man. Like Shaan Rais, we are the brand. It's a person, place, or thing. It's a person, place, or thing. It's static. However, we're branding. We're branding coaching. We're branding speaking. We're branding leadership. That means there's an activity involved. That's when the brand is moving, the brand is motion. It becomes fluid from static. I know sometimes it's a high level concept, but I have to communicate it, because if I don't communicate it, then it's mystical and you're mystified and you don't understand. I don't believe in holding back secrets and having people like not understand what's really going on. Sometimes people use that to their advantage. Write this down: brand advantage. Brand advantage. What is yours? What is your brand advantage? Your brand advantage is an asset that the brand has. Okay, let me go back. What is an asset? What is an asset? I talk about assets in very many different ways. I'm going to give you 3 examples, and we're going to call them the 3 E's. When I say them, you're going to be like, wow, that's right. I teach this. The 3 E's are education, experience, and expertise. Experience, education, and expertise. Those are brand assets. When you move those in the marketplace, when you go live and you talk about your education, experience, and expertise, when you display your education, experience, and expertise, that's branding or marketing.
That's very, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I wanna talk about you because you mentioned something there a while ago, prior, and you mentioned something about having the most heart. So my question is, can you clarify that when you said the
Of
part you said
course.
about the person who wins is the person who has the most heart. What does that mean exactly?
Of course, some huge 7, 8 figure companies went out of business during COVID. Some no-figure companies became 7-figure markets and 7-figure businesses during COVID. Real simple. Nobody knew who Shaan Rais was except in my personal and professional sector. They knew Shaan Rais as a speaker, a coach, leadership development, professional trainer, workforce trainer, speaker, right? They knew me before COVID. Everybody knew GNC. Everybody knew Lord and Taylor. These were huge, massive markets, huge, massive companies in the market. When COVID happened, Shaan Rais stock went up because I had a heart for the people and I gave freely, consistently. When COVID happened, Lord and Taylor GNC stock went down because they froze. They froze. You want to have, this is how the underdog. So tie goes to the runner. Write that down. Tie goes to the runner. You have an underdog advantage when you learn techniques, when you learn pockets, there's opportunities and pockets that people don't know about because they don't explore and they don't go deep and they don't have the heart to. Let me write this down, guys. If you're looking for a quick fix, that's what everybody's looking for. The purple pill doesn't exist. The purple pill doesn't exist. You have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and do the work when it comes to marketing. There was a book called Guerrilla Marketing. Guerrilla Marketing. Everybody watching this should read it. And what it talks about is the way to amplify your brand in the marketplace without having a huge budget. We didn't have a budget. We had a heart for the people, so we went live consistently and we served them from a place of authenticity. Okay, let me segue. The segue is authenticity marketing. The segue is authenticity marketing. A lot of people, companies, brands are looking for the next fast thing, the next quick fix. And they will never be successful because there is no such thing. People get into business on the premise of an illusion. Write that down. You're very welcome, Frederick. Thank you, sir. People get into business on the premise of an illusion. They're looking for the 7-second window. They say, I'm gonna be Shaan Rais. I'm gonna be able to put my stuff together, and we're gonna go from crickets to digits in 15 minutes and 450K in less than 90 days. There's a 7-second window. There's a 7-second window when some people say when preparation meets opportunity. I'm going to say at the intersection of authenticity and opportunity. The intersection of authenticity and opportunity. Let me tell you why I say that. I'm not just taking a doctorate in leadership because I want to. My real life led me to leadership. When the plane starts to get funky, I don't look at the back. I look at the front to see if there's a problem in some way that I can help. So when COVID happened, when that plane got rocky, I ran to the front, opened the cargo door, sat in the co-pilot seat, sat in the pilot seat, and did what I did. That's my nature. It's authenticity. That was the opportunity. Everybody saw the leadership based on the opportunity and the authenticity at the moment. What I'm saying is that everybody's looking for that moment, but they want it to come because they want to make money. I didn't do that because I wanted to make money. I did that because the world was in peril. And we didn't know whether tomorrow was even, we knew it wasn't guaranteed, but we didn't know if it was coming. So the people that noticed it saw the heart and the authenticity. My thing to you is, what would you do if you knew tomorrow wasn't coming? That's your brand advantage.
Super powerful. Guys, put some flames in the chat. Put some flames in the chat if you've taken many, many nuggets out of that. And believe it or not, I'm about to go even deeper. You ready, Shan?
Is it time for a break?
It might be. I don't know.
Because I know
Mr.
we
B,
got 45 minutes on
Mr.
the
B,
clock, and I don't know if there was a break. Was there an entire break throughout the whole thing?
and we did. I think we did
Let's
one
go
break.
pay some bills. Let's go pay some bills.
Yeah,
Mr.
let's take
B,
a
get us
break.
out of here for a moment before we go deeper.
Yes. All right, guys, welcome back. This is Breakfast with the Brand. I have with me the king of branding himself, Mr. Shaan Rais. And this conversation has gone super, super deep into the skill, the science of marketing, right? Shan, you mentioned so many gems, but I'm a, you know me, I am very, very detailed. So I listen into things, right? Now I heard you mention something there about, and by the way, guys, don't forget to hit the like and share button, right? Hit the like button, hit the share button. We still have a couple minutes.
Help somebody, serve somebody. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you've enjoyed the conversation this morning, if you find that we've dropped multiple gems there, definitely hit the share button. Let's share this with somebody else. So Shan, let's talk about brand advantage. I really, really like that concept. And I wanna give it some more context for the people listening. So when you spoke about brand advantage, what I heard you saying was a concept called affinity marketing.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
That's what we call it affinity marketing. Basically, that means you connecting with people because you've established an affinity, and here's the cool thing, that affinity is based on you, based on your story. For example, let's say you're marketing to CEOs, a particular CEO, right? Let's say you want to get one specific decision maker and you're marketing to that decision maker. An example of affinity marketing would be putting together a sales letter or a newsletter or just a regular letter, right? You send it to him. You found out that this CEO, he grew up in Harlem or he grew up in a similar community. He dropped out of school at the age of
Hmm.
18. He decided to change his life at the age of 25. He got married at 30. He has three kids. Then you look at yourself and you say, okay, maybe I grew up in an area like this. Maybe I dropped out of school. Maybe I got married. Maybe I have kids. When you market to that person, your marketing message should say, hey, Sam, this is Shaan Rais. Just wanted to send you this quick message to make an introduction. Sam, I was reading a little bit about your story, and just like you, I discovered that I too also dropped out of school at that age. I too also got married. I also have two wonderful kids. Their names are such and such and such. And when you market to him like that, it's different. You immediately capture his attention, like this guy gets me. This guy understands me. And then you weave in your marketing message. Now, when you talk about brand advantage, what I'm hearing
Well,
you saying,
I'm loving it. I'm loving it, Jackie. That's exactly what we're talking about. Go ahead.
okay, so when you talk about brand advantage, what I hear you saying, and I want to make sure that the crowd is hearing this, is that every single person listening has a brand advantage based on their story, and they have unique what I call it points of connection. So for example, your ideal audience, the
Hmm.
person that you want to talk to, they might have graduated from a similar school, they might have gone through a similar experience, they might have been able to overcome a similar challenge that you have overcome in the past. So I'm teeing up a question here, right? The question is, how important is your story to your brand advantage based on what I just said?
It's everything. It's everything. Without a story, you don't have a brand. Without a story, you don't have an advantage. Without a story, you're not even visible. I don't even know who you are. You don't exist. You're transparent, ether. You don't exist. That's why we taught speaking like a leader and how to leverage your personal story so you would have something to make a connection with. That's why we taught speaking like a leader. That's why we taught the points that we did inside of the content so that you would be able to effectively market, which we're going to be teaching shortly, right? Guys, if you don't have a story and if you don't know how to leverage or communicate that story effectively, that's why your marketing messages are falling on deaf ears. You're fading away. Have you ever seen they've got certain things like Casper and different ghost things where there's something to be held on to, right? There's a phone here and you're trying to grab the phone, like the ghost of Christmas past or something, and your hand keeps
Uh,
going through the phone. There's so
uh,
much money out here, but you guys aren't getting it, and your hands are going through it, and your marketing messages are not connecting because you're not leveraging your leverage point, which is your personal story. I wrote something down. Um, you said points of connection. I say leverage points, and that's because you have one input and you get 10 outputs. This is why I say that when you do the things that we teach, you get 10 times the results in one half of the time with one third of the energy. Everybody wants to convert. Nobody knows how to communicate. Nobody knows how to communicate. So the points of leverage that you do have, you don't even know what they are and you don't know how to communicate them. So there's no way to connect. The way a conversion takes place is a 3-step method: communicate, connect, and convert. You're missing point one. So you can never achieve point two, and you're only focused on point three, which is what I'm saying. Everybody's looking for the 7-second window, but it doesn't work that way. You have to communicate. The communication is the marketing. The marketing of what? The marketing of substance. There has to be something substantial to talk about, something authentic, because everybody's heard how do you say, the person screaming in front of the Lamborghini, I made this in 7 days. Everybody heard that stuff. They walking down the rented garage and they're like, these are all of my cars. And then when they leave, they get in a Honda or they get an Uber. Everybody knows about the camera set with half a plane, where people are sitting in the half of the plane and say, oh, we're about to take off, guys. You know, if you want to be like me shooting a money gun. That scam has been up. Everybody knows it. It's over. Like that 7-second window has been over. Internet marketing been here forever. Now it's about authenticity marketing, integral marketing, integrity marketing. People want to know who you are, what you do, how you got there, and what they need to do the same thing. So the first thing you need is results. Results. And results aren't based on $100 million, because everybody doesn't want $100 million. Become a millionaire, the money will come. Look for the money, you'll never be a millionaire. I'm gonna stop right there.
Guys, Shaan, I want to do a quick check-in. Guys, if you're still active, if you're still listening,
Does
hold
everybody
on.
say present?
Let's do a quick
Did I,
check-in.
did I hurt some feelings? I'm sorry.
Let's do a check-in, guys. If you're still active, if you're still
Let's do a
present, if you're
check-in.
still listening, I want you, everybody, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, put a number one in the comments. If you're still active, let us know. If you're still active, you're still listening, you're still watching, and you're still following, I want you to put a number one. Okay, I think we've gone really deep. And it only goes like it only goes deeper and deeper. Like the rabbit hole goes so deep when it comes to marketing, because you said so much that sometimes we have to unpack what you say and really dissect it and make it contextual. So I see a couple ones coming in. Let's get put the ones. Let's get some more ones. I want to make sure people are still following,
Okay,
right?
okay. My bad. I'm passionate. I'm passionate because I'm tired of people being taken advantage of by the charlatan or the snake oil salesman, the smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, yeah, and that was super powerful. It's true. Everything you said was true when it comes to the different leverage points. What I've seen, I've seen um master marketers enter different markets by leveraging those different connection points or leverage points, as you call it. For example, I've seen certain coaches. I've seen certain coaches enter the sports car arena. And when I say sports car, I don't mean like a Lamborghini or all of that. I mean like them actually getting in a sports car and driving around the track. I'm like, this doesn't make no sense. If you're a coach, why are you on the sports track? Like what was that guy? What's the guy's name? Lewis Hamilton. That's
Andretti, Mario
exactly
Andretti.
right. Why are you on the sports track? But I understand, because what he's doing is he's establishing a node of connection or a leverage point in that industry. So the people who are into sports cars, who may not know anything about coaching, by leveraging his story and going sort of into the sports cars and all that, it gives him a unique space. It introduces him to that market, so to speak.
Hmm.
So that's super powerful. And also the I see this crossing over into sales.
Of course.
I
Of
see this
course.
crossing over. Now I want to ask you a question. How does this concept cross over into sales? The concept of your story. How does this cross over into sales? And when I say sales, I don't mean marketing. I mean actual sales, like selling. How does this cross over, or does it cross over? How does it spill over? How does the marketing spill over into the sales?
That's a big one. That's a real big one. All right, this is gonna dispel a lot of myths too. If your marketing is up here, your sales skills can be down here. If your marketing skills are down here, your sales skills have to be up here. Let me give a little bit of breadth and depth to this. If your marketing is up here, then you've got a ton of people coming to you that want to buy from you. If your marketing is down here, your sales ability has to be up here because nobody knows who you are. You got to work extra hard because nobody wants what you have because they don't even know who you are. This is why I tell people do more, do more, do more, go live more. Don't do it one time a day. And this is how you're going I'm going to help you, and I'm going to really help you in marketing like a leader. That is going to be a flagship. That's going to be a flagship. That's going to be a buoy in an ocean where you don't see land anywhere. Marketing like a leader is going to be safe haven for people that don't see land anywhere in their business, or they'd have to swim for 10,000 miles to get to land in their business. Marketing like a leader is going to be a heaven, a mecca in the middle of the marketing diaspora, because business can be an ocean with no signs of life and sharks. Okay? What marketing does is it lets people know who you are, what you do, and why they should buy from you. It takes a cold lead from blue to red hot in a matter of marketing messages. If you do it the right way. One call, one close, one to one. One call, one close. Because the person's already closed when they contact you because of all of the marketing. However, if your marketing isn't on point, then it's like selling encyclopedias door to door with no car. So you're carrying your encyclopedias on your back. Good luck with that.
Now, okay, that's a very good point. So I have a question. The question is sort of a how do you call it? A chicken and the egg, right? the chicken, the chicken and the egg. Guys, put
Come
some
on.
flames
That's
in
fine.
the
Come
chat.
on.
Put some flames in the chat if you're enjoying this. I think we might stay 5 minutes over. I think we are the 9 minute the 9 o'clock mark. So put some flames. If you put some flames, then we'll stay a little bit over if you're enjoying the show. But we're not gonna stay here and take too much of your time if this is not super valuable. So please put some flames, put something in the chat. Let me know if you want us to continue. Go a little bit, just a little bit extra on the time. Okay. So Shan, chicken and the egg sort of question, right? Which one comes first? So for the put and before you answer, hold on,
All right.
hold on,
All right.
hold
All
on.
right. All
Before
right.
you
No problem.
relax.
I'll wait. I'll
Take it
wait.
easy. Take it easy. Before you answer the question, for the person who is just start, a lot of people like looking right now, they are just starting up. They
Uh-huh.
don't have complicated systems. They don't have a sales team. They don't have none of that. They just have themselves. So, what comes first, or which comes first? Should they go out and try to sell, or should they market? So, which the chicken or the egg? Which one comes first? Does marketing come first or does sales come first?
I'm so glad that you asked this question because the answer is donut shop.
What?
The answer is donut shop. The answer is the donut shop. And what I mean by that is you can't sell without marketing. So that's an obvious. Who are you selling to without marketing? You don't have a lead without marketing. So there's nothing to sell to anyone. However, what do you have to sell? That's where the brand comes in. That's where branding comes in. Product development, market research, market testing. A lot of people are trying to force their great ideas on an unwanting market. So the answer is donut shop because neither one. Don't market until you have market compliance, until you have buy-in, until you have a theory tested. When we did Branded Like a Leader, we didn't just put together a course. We didn't just, this is why a lot of you guys are not winning, because you're putting the cart before the horse. We didn't just put something together. I didn't just say they're going to love branding and they're going to love these components of the branding course. I did market research. I got proof of theory and had buyers before people bought. So if you ask me marketing or selling first, I'm going to say donut shop, because you can't do either or. Once you have an idea, write that down. Write this down. Once you have an idea, for the brand, for what you want to do, then you validate it. Now, the way you validate it is one way. There's only one way. And that is, you know what verify? Put it in the chat first. I want to ask the people. I don't want to give everything away. I want some thinking to take place. What validates a substantial market offer? Put it in the chat. Who's been paying attention? We got LinkedIn, we got YouTube, we got Facebook. This is the $100 question. I'm gonna give $100 to whoever got the answer.
Shaan, repeat the question. Repeat the question.
All right. How do you get product validation? How do you have an idea for a product or service and the market validates it and verifies it? How do you achieve that? Whoever gets this answer, I'm gonna send $100 to them. PayPal.
I see some past winners in the chat. Some past winners.
Boom, 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 boom.
Mr. B, play the Jeopardy play the Jeopardy
Put it in the
sound.
chat. How do you validate?
How do you validate? It's not that hard, guys. Trust me. I wish I could just
Research, isn't it?
Don't text me on the back end. I see some messages. I'm not
How do you
checking,
validate
guys.
it?
It's easy. It's not.
And this is the answer to his question. This I want to say donut shop because I wanted to give it I wanted to go deeper than that. But now we're back to the question. What comes first, market and sales? Because one does. Nope, it's not omnipresence, it's not market research, and it's not research. How do you validate the offer?
Come on, guys. It's not that tough. It's not that tough. Come on. It's so easy. Too easy. Hold on.
Put the music. Come on.
Play the music. Let's give them 40 seconds. 40 seconds.
Yeah, we're gonna give them a whole minute. Give them a whole minute.
Let me put my timer on there. Okay, the timer is on. 57 seconds. Come on, guys. It's not that tough. Oh, hold on.
Somebody, they close. I ain't see the word. They close. Nope.
All right, you close.
That's not going to be it. Somebody's close. Go ahead, put the music back on.
Somebody's close.
Somebody's
Somebody's all right.
really close.
I paused the timer. All right, let's go. I'm resuming right now. Let's go.
Kiana hit it.
Who?
Kiana hit it.
Wow.
Kiana hit it. All
did.
right, guys, listen. The way that you substantiate whether your idea or offer works and is wanted, validated by the market space, is somebody buys it. You make your first sale. Let's go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Right? Let's hear it. That's it. Don't market something that no one has bought. If you're trying to market something and nobody's buying, isn't that a sign? Doesn't that tell you something? People try to go back and they try to say, well, maybe if I do this way, or maybe if I do a Facebook ad, or maybe if I do this way, or maybe if I do a YouTube ad, or maybe if I make a website around it, maybe if I do this about it. Nobody wants it. You know you've got something when people are buying. Click, 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 click. When we talked about branded like a leader, and I started putting out the fact that we were going live with a course, I said we're going live in 60 days. That's what I said. I said we're going to do an 8-week course in 60 days. That's going to do this, and this. And the this, and this was what the people wanted. How did I know it? They paid for it. And because they paid for it, I said, wow. I said, we got one. Like, we really got one that the people want. I said, okay. And once we hit a certain point, because those 2 months brought in almost 100K. Those 2 months almost brought in 100K, and the market response was so good and so powerful. Now I'm building my community. I built the community with the sales in the beginning, and I said, hold on, community. I said, you guys want to see something? They said, yes, we do. I said, okay, give me a moment. Give me, I think I said 60 more days. I'm going to move into marketing mode. Watch what I do. I'm going to teach you the brand, but watch what I do in the marketplace. I turned that $70-some thousand into like 450 in the same amount of time because I went into marketing mode. And I marketed what I had proof of concept in. You need proof of concept before you just start I was about to say go run in your mouth, right? You want to have proof of concept before you just start because you're going to be running off in the wrong direction because you don't have proof of concept first. That's why I say go live and then start your community call, your regular call syndicated once a week at this specific time, build some people in a sector and then say, would you like this? And if they say yes, then ask or tell them what the market price is. This is going to be 5K. Don't put a small price on it because if you put a small price on it, the market might withstand 10. So you might say 2,500. The market will stand $10,000. You're losing $7,500 of margin. So ask a real question. Would you guys like this? Okay, so watch this. Watch this. Guys, listen to me real carefully. Do you think learning marketing is massively beneficial to your business? Learning what we know and what we just showed you and told you about, do you realize and recognize that it is actually the key to turning the lock and opening the door on your business? Do you see that now?
Guys, put it in the chat. Put some flames in the chat. If you do put a yes, let's put a yes. Put a yes in the chat. If you do.
This is a live leadership lesson. This is a live leadership leverage lesson. I'm teaching you now like we're already locked in if we're not. Right? So if you're getting this, You're in a blessed space right now.
Right. So I see some responses coming in. So yeah, it's pretty
Okay. Now
pretty
watch this. Watch this.
uh-huh.
Next question. How much do you think it's worth? Put it in the chat. Everybody believes it's valuable. Everybody thinks it's the key to unlocking their business. How much money do you think it's worth? Learning what I just showed you and knowing it like the back of your hand so you can do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Put a number on it. What's the value? Put up the answers as they come in, Mr. B. How much is it worth?
I see two. I don't want to say right answers,
Mr.
but
B, put the numbers up as they come in.
I see two answers there that super correct. I'm just gonna read them while we wait for Mr. B to put it up. Oh, there we go. So Kiana says 7K, priceless.
All right, we got a
Priceless.
7K.
Let's see. We have somebody at the top. What did Jasmine say at the top there? 7 figures.
7 figures. Let's go.
Let's get the comment underneath that. Yes, marketing the right message with the right media is integral. Who's this person? This person has been to some of our classes. This,
Yes,
they would have
definitely. That's the language.
definitely,
That's the
definitely a
language.
leverage coach.
Who
Definitely a
else?
leverage coach.
Is there anyone else? Are there any more numbers? Put some numbers in the chat. How much would this package, this knowledge be worth to you? This system. If there was a system to market, okay, that's Rebecca, to market and to achieve sales and to achieve proof of concept. So you wouldn't be guessing anymore, throwing spaghetti against a wall in the dark when a wall's not even there. What would that be? Rebecca said 50K. Anyone else?
What about
Kiana,
10K
10K.
masterclass?
Watch this. Michelle says the price of freedom. 50K, 7K. We got 7 figures. That's $1 million package, guys. Just be aware of what the market's saying right now. 7K, 7 figures, 50K. All right. We're going to do marketing like a leader in... we're coming together. We got a business to brand boot camp in the first week of August. This is almost June. So June, July, August, September. First week of September, we're going to launch marketing like a leader. The price will be 10K. So it'll be a little bit of a stretch for people who said 7, but it'll be under the 50. Now, let me ask you this question. If it's 10K, would it be worth it? If I said we're going to teach you how to create a system to market like a leader, so you know you have proof of concept and you know your money that's going to come back, so you can be comfortable marketing because you know you've got proof of concept and your sales just come in. Is that worth it? Would that be valuable? Would you be signed up and lined up and ready to go? That's proof of concept. That's proof of concept. That's how you do it.
People still put in 7 figures.
7 figures. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So I'm guessing for those who say 7 figures, then I'm guessing 10K.
10K is too small.
Too small.
I love it. I love it.
We might have to make it $1 million, Shaan. I wouldn't want to disappoint. Just playing.
$1 million product. Okay, guys, listen. Honestly, like I know some people got to go. We a little bit running over. I don't want to do too much. I just want you to understand what was done here today, why it was done here today. It was done here to show you. show you what that looks like. Somebody get Kiana's information on my team, and we'll send her that $100. She won the $100 question. I think Michelle came close, so we're gonna send her 52. Michelle came real close. She said something about a conversation. She said they put their money where their mouth is. That's what she said. They put their money where their mouth is. I was looking for the specific word, sales. So Michelle, we're gonna send you 52, right? As a runner-up. Kiana, we're gonna send you $100. Guys, pay attention to this what we give in here, because if you pay attention to this business, I guarantee you that you will make your 7 figures on what we just gave today. However, our next course will be Marketing Like a Leader. And if you're ready to go, as we sign off, put that ready to go in the chat, and let's grow. Take us out of here, Mr. B.